Hi you guys, I just finished a page and I had cut this out and not used it, and then I have these scraps also pulled for that page and I didn't use them. So I thought, let's try and make a card. And then I also had this sheet of paper out, so I pulled one of the butterflies off there that I thought might look good as an embellishment on a card. I haven't really looked for sentiments yet. I did select pull out a cut a card base. So let's just get that folded. Now this is some new cardstock that I bought. It's not as thick as my Nina Solar White that I was using, but I think it's good enough. And let's see what will work. That will work. And that will fit on there. I think I like that. And then the butterfly can be on there. And then maybe a sentiment down here. So let's see if I have a ready-made sentiment. I did also pull out some of my paper Creative Memories mats to use to mat that. And maybe that might be the answer, sending love and hugs. That's a happy Mother's Day. Don't need that. Thank you, or thank you. So that's too long. Let's see what other navy ones. Hugs and kisses and congrats. Sending love and hugs. I think I like that one. There's also this one, but that's cream. All right, I'm going to, let's get these matted. I won't ink these. So this card did not take me very long. So I've just sped it up at 2 times just to keep the video at around 10 minutes so you can get the whole thing in there. So I'm just using these photo mats. They're pretty thin paper, but it works fine on a card. Sometimes cards get a little crazy when you've got 3 and 4 layers of hard, thick cardstock. So I'm just trying to get these evenly matted. Just a thin mat, about a 1/16 of an inch, really. And then this one. So what I'm trying to do here is not really cut these papers down. So I like the length of this paper. It's not going to work, so it's not going to work to mat it on that smaller piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I am using quite a bit of adhesive. I often will use glue on cards, not so much on my scrapbook papers for some reason, on scrapbook pages, but I'm using this adhesive, so I'm doing a little bit extra on there just to make sure things stay nice and flat, but I'm able to move things around a bit. Then to get these onto the card base, I will use my liquid glue. Now the wicked glue I use is art glitter glue. It does not take long at all to dry. And here I'm seeing that and it looks a little crooked, so I just barely have enough time to move it and make sure that I have even spacing top and bottom. It does not take much glue. It looks like a lot of glue. It's a very thin line of glue. So this is just a very simple card design. And I'm just going to fussy cut out this butterfly. I could also have stamped a butterfly or embossed a gold butterfly. That might have been pretty. But my philosophy on these cards that I make, my cards from scratch, is to use what I have sitting on my desk, try to make use of it, and make a card pretty quickly. So I have done some cards where I've done stamping and coloring and embossing and all the things. And, you know, you can spend an hour or two on a card. Well, this was 20 minutes beginning to end, so I was pretty happy with that. So if you're not a fan of fussy cutting, then use a die cut. Maybe if you had one with butterflies or something, or a flower, you could do anything. So here, what I like to do on butterflies is put some foam adhesive under the wings, but then glue the body down flat. So it gives it some dimension on the page. And then for this one, I'm going to trim it up a little. There was a little schmutz on the top of it. I'm not sure why. I think maybe from when I cut it, there was some gunk on my trimmer when I was trimming this out. So I'm just cutting that off, making it a little thinner, and then fishtailing one end of it, or banner cutting, whatever you like to call that. I like the idea of a fishtail there. And I'm going to pop this up as well. So I'm going to take some of my adhesive tape that's from, it's 3M, Scott. Mamie Made It calls it Scotty because it comes in a huge, huge roll. And I've had that roll for 2 years, I think, and I'm still working on it. So I like that look, and I lined it up so that the navies sort of match. So it's coming all the way from the side. And then ready to stick this down. And these adhesives were not super, super sticky, but hopefully they will get more so as time goes on, and they'll adhere. And then I want to add some sparkle to this card. So I had these sitting out on my desk, so I'm just looking at the different sequins that I had for the last page that I did and trying to add some to the card, sort of like the butterfly trail, but not really so much in a line, just a little scattering above and below the sentiment. So I did it a little bit random, pulled a pinch, scattered it around, and then I did some fussing around with it, of course. Okay, good enough. Let's seal that up before I drop it and spill it all over my floor again. And then I have this pickup tool, which makes sequins a lot easier to manage. Excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. I need to go get a drink of water. So just finishing this up, and we'll do some close-ups. Really simple card. Use some scraps up, and it's ready to go. So please give this video a thumbs up and come back for more content. I've got more pages, some more, I'm going to do a flip through, I think, of a Disney album in the next few days, and I'll do some more cards with my scraps. So I found one more little sequin that wasn't glued down, so Decided to glue that down before I lift it up close so you can take a look at this pretty sparkly card. And all these papers are Shimelle, by the way.